Hello and welcome to the APMA podcast. We're back for episode 200 with Jordan and Dan. How are we both doing? Are you all right?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. A little bit sad.
Yeah.
We're back. We're back, but we're not.
We're back
Yeah.
for one episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be nice to get us both, all of us in, just to reminisce really about
Yeah, man.
200 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, you both doing good?
Yeah. Not too bad. Not too
Done all your
bad.
Christmas shopping?
Nearly. I've got a few more bits, but the majority, like 95% done. But yeah, what about you, Dan?
Yeah, pretty much done. I think the same. A few little things to get. I've got one thing getting delivered that is like a main thing, so I'm really hoping that it turns up. That'll be a pain otherwise if it doesn't. But yeah, the kids are pretty sorted, which is the main thing.
Good.
Yeah. Get them sorted. Early
Obviously,
doors.
Santa is going to be dropping off a load of stuff
Of course.
for them. So yeah,
Yeah.
been working hard.
Excellent.
Liaising with Santa, of course.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah.
chief liaison officer with Santa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hard task.
Yeah.
What are you two doing for Christmas this year?
I'm with Maya's family on Christmas Day.
Nice.
So yeah, it's always a very, very nice day and very nice food, which is great.
That's one of the best
yeah,
things
I'll
about
be there.
Christmas, the food.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah,
you can
100%.
just eat as much as you want as well, can't you?
Yeah.
You've got that great New Year's resolutions to just be like, it don't matter.
Fall back on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
start again in January. I'm the same. I'm around Rachel, so yeah, I think it's going to be quite a big event. I think there's a lot of people coming around. So yeah, that easy for us, but I guess stressful for the hosts, the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I still haven't braved it yet.
I've only ever done one, and it was awful. But it was the worst thing ever. So we'd moved into a new house, and I think I said this before. We hadn't checked the oven. We'd used obviously the hobs and stuff, but we never really used the oven because we'd only been there a few weeks. So we hosted Christmas dinner. And we got everything ready, and then we put the turkey in, and we all went out to the pub and just thought slow cook it, couple of hours, come back, everyone come back, and then I opened it up, and I was like, but weirdly the light of the oven come on, so I was like sick, like come back, and it's just raw, completely, just like no heat at all from the oven. So luckily Rachel's parents had cooked one for Boxing Day. So I think her dad or my mum drove home and got it and saved the day. But I mean, the main thing.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's easy to do though. I've done it as well. Where you've just turned the knob, you haven't turned it enough to go onto the actual fan setting. You just turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Why is that even a function?
I know. Weird. Yeah, it shows how much I use the oven.
That's it. Can't deliver a Christmas dinner, unfortunately.
No.
Not in this.
Yeah.
If you could, I'd host.
Yeah.
How much the fees would be ridiculous.
Oh man. Yeah, the delivery drivers would be on a premium that day for sure.
100%.
They absolutely would.
And they demand 100% tip as well. You wouldn't even have an option for zero, just be 100%.
Yeah, it's 100% tip.
I think it's something like that will come in the future. Like it's getting more common. I've seen lots of pubs. There's a Thai place near us that does Christmas Day dinner.
Really? Yeah.
Christmas dinner.
Yeah, which is a bit.
That's a
bit
choice.
niche. But I think it's cool. It's a nice Thai. But I mean, it's a bit strange.
Nice. It's just something that you don't picture. It's like, what are you having for Christmas dinner? Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Mind you, I was a guy I work with, because we're getting a new sofa on Saturday. So a guy I work with is just taking our sofa, and we were talking about what you're doing over Christmas, blah blah. And he doesn't do like roast dinners. He doesn't like roast dinners. So apparently, him and his family are doing homemade burgers, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
for Christmas dinner. So yeah,
mate, Christmas burgers could bang
for sure. Homemade as well. Pretty nice.
Yeah, homemade burgers. Sound.
Yeah, apparently, Bobby said in the chat. Everyone, welcome in the chat. By the way, I haven't just completely ignored everyone in the chat. Sorry about that, but we will come back to the chat.
Yeah, of course.
Bobby said that China has KFC for Christmas. I don't know if that's China or Japan. I thought it was Japan have KFC for Christmas.
No way.
There you go. Traditions across the world.
And then Joe Morehouse has just absolutely broken my heart. He's just said, let's talk about Dan's jobs one last time.
Mate. You can add Sparky to that as well now.
Yeah, there we go.
He's a tradie.
I haven't done that for a couple of months. So.
How long did it take? Did you actually like pass fully to be a Sparky or?
Yeah. Fully qualified Sparky. It's about how long is it? 4 months maybe, something like that. It's like 2 days a month. Yeah, I mainly wanted it as well for my own future projects. Which I do aim to do because obviously you save a chunk doing the electrics yourself on a refurb. So yeah, that was kind of the ethos behind doing it. And that's hopefully my plan next year is to get go into that, do some like buy, refurbish, refinance, and then repeat projects. So yeah, that's kind of my. I've been looking at a few different places, maybe like South Wales, but we shall see. But yeah, that is kind of. I think that's one of my projects next year. I want to get into.
Nice,
man, epic.
Mate, tradies are needed fucking everywhere, man.
Yeah, mate, it's a solid thing to have. Like I said, it was never going to be full time because I've got other commitments with. Yeah, like with the hobo jack and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's a great thing to have in the back burner.
Absolutely,
for sure.
And I've done a few. I've worked with a friend doing refurbs and stuff. So I know I could always do if I needed to. I could always go to that as a full-time capacity if I ever needed to, which is nice. They do earn good money now.
Yeah, I was going to say it pays very well. Electrician pays very well. Yeah. Oh well. So there we go. You've added another string to your bow. You have one of the thickest bow strings.
Right, Jack of all trades, master of none. That's definitely definitely my t-shirt.
Your CV is like a manifesto.
You got to try stuff, ain't you? You got to try it out.
Exactly. Oh man. What we might as well get into it. What sort of standout moments have for you guys? I'll sort of like. I think. Oh man, just this whole APMA thing has just been an absolute fucking pleasure, and it's just been awesome. Like I know, obviously, we had to scale it back because doing it over because we couldn't continue in the studio and things like that. But like just thinking back to those studio days, like it was just the bollocks, wasn't it? Like those Thursdays, they were just fucking, they were just class.
Yeah,
we'd just rock up. Chat shit, have a laugh, and then we started doing them challenge stuff. So we'd rock up, we'd do a podcast, have a laugh, and then go film playing fucking table tennis for a bit. It was just it was just great, man.
It was quality. I spent like the first 2 years just drinking every Thursday.
I just always wondered how the fuck you were getting home.
Dan don't fucking remember anything.
Let's skip that.
He always got a taxi. He always got.
Well, my missus worked at the factory.
True.
I could always jump in with her, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that some of those things that we did, the RAF base, the camping.
The camping was class, man.
You think of other big production podcasts and stuff. Like once they get around that curve, it must be great doing that where the because that's the reality of any of those sort of things is you do need a certain amount of money coming in.
You do
other stuff.
You do. Yeah. I would honestly say my only regret with this podcast, which was out of our control, is that we didn't make it, because I, hand on heart, and I've been involved in some fucking sick projects over the years and my own YouTube stuff, like hand on heart, APMA had the potential. If we'd have just if we'd have just hit the right SEO at the right moment and we had everything to be at the fucking top. I don't give a fuck how arrogant. We had the team, we had the fucking chemistry, we had the ideas. I honestly believed if we'd have cracked it, we would have been like the Top Gear / Grand Tour, Hammond fucking class of the podcast space. Because we had like I say, we had the chemistry, and then the challenges were just like those Top Gear specials, in my opinion. And we could have gone bigger and better, obviously, if we'd had more budget. And that's my only regret, which is a beautiful one because it was out of our control, is that we didn't quite crack it. Because if we did, we would have fucking smashed it.
Yeah.
I know in my heart we would have done.
And also as well, it was that type of podcast that we do, and we did, and with the challenging stuff, it's fairly niche in the fact that, like, if you don't crack it, because you're not getting guests on, like guests with big audiences and stuff, like that's how
bring in new people,
traditional people, and they grab their audience and it grows bigger through that. But we had a solid, and we still have but solid core audience. It's hard to, it's hard, and again, out of our control, and probably it's just timing of YouTube and algorithms and stuff. It's like you pump that out to the right people, and it's like it hits the spot. Like say some of the the big podcasts that you see, because we had a production. We had Ben doing all the production, and we were spending money on the challenges and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not being funny. Like, we had some fucking luck, because I'm not being funny. Like, what a fucking talent Ben is for editing. And he was just there from day one, like just to, because I obviously we won't go into details, but he was working in the Hobo Jack factory, wasn't he? And it's like, do you know how to do sound? And he was like, I got a degree in media. And then it was just like, fuck. And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, cool. You're like, you're the producer of the show now. Congratulations. It's just like, it's just the stars nearly aligned.
It was close. I feel like I think it was on the precipice of almost going over, but you know what, like even it's still such a great, like,
without a doubt,
and it's like it's I'm so glad we did it, and you as well, I was like, this is obviously the last one, but that's still a chunk, and I always want to look back on that, because I often do go back every now and then and just watch old videos, and because it's nice to do that.
Yeah, I watched the penalty shootout the other day.
Oh God,
it's just fucking class, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice knowing that because 6 months or a year after you do something, like, it's never really, you don't really reminisce, do you? 6 months, but like going back now and watching some of the first ones, it's sort of 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago. So in 4 or 5 years time, or just over the next few years, watching these back will hit different. And there's some that I haven't watched that I know Ben's done editing on stuff, because I watched one, I saw like a little clip come up and I'd never seen it, and I was like, I know there's all that, hidden.
Yeah, because he would sneak shit in at like an hour into a podcast, just like yeah. Oh man. But yeah, man, that's just so like I say, you know, don't mistake me when I say like, oh, my regret is we nearly met. Like, don't be wrong, I fucking absolutely adore everything that we did, and just, you know, oh man, like just we just made everything fun. Like, you know, designing the studio, we made that fun, and we made that like a, you know, a challenge thing, and like, you know, that day that we went round and we got like the chaise long and shit. It was just fucking it was just class, man.
It's fond memories, which is good.
Well, that's it.
I look back. It was just messing about on the day and like finding stuff to do, and it was always funny. And I always genuinely look forward to a Thursday. It was like, you know, a few beers, not so much at the end, but then just doing something funny, or even the chatting. It you know, in the studio and stuff. It was cool. It's like fun memories of it.
Yeah, it really was. It was, and then, you know, and we were just able to do so many things, and also like just try so many cool things. Like, obviously, because of Hobo Jack, you know, being able to give our own little clothing brand a go, you know, and shit that was just so epic to you know, to have like an idea in our heads, and then, you know, the following week there it is on like a piece of clothing. Like, it's just you know, that's just so sick, and yeah, man, just there's just so many amazing moments and painful moments. I'm thinking the hot chip, that was one of the worst experiences of my life. Just the pain in breathing was just.
Hey, fam.
Sorry, my daughter just wanted to say hello.
Hello.
Like, she's like, this one you. Like, she's like, oh, can I say hello?
I miss you guys.
Oh, I miss you too.
Yeah, that one, and also like those proper deep belly laughs. That one from
the flat.
From the flat Earth guy.
When Jimmy was saying about the parachute and shit, it was just I was finished.
Uncontrollable. I felt so bad, but it was
it's just it is awful. It's a guy dying, but it's just the fucking the way that Jimmy described. Like, I can't even remember what he fucking said.
It's like even the parachute got out of there. Or
That's it. Yeah, even the parachute was like, "Fuck this." It's just like, oh my god. Mad Mike, the legend of Mad Mike, says Sharpie. That's it. Fucking.
We were watching one, and Lozzy was asleep.
Yeah, that was the
the fucking.
That was a documentary, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Attenborough documentary. We did 3 episodes that day, and then we shelved the cryptid third one because I was convinced like it had to have been shit because we were all so tired. And then in the end, we published it, and it was just a quality episode. And I don't know why on earth we shelved it for so long. But yeah, man.
It was the small bits as well. It was like the bits that, well, I've still got like original recordings. When we went to do the challenge to find like the budget for the new studio, buy stuff like the chaise long and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We all wore clip-on mics, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
The first times we used them, and we all had individual audio. I've still got, I think, my original audio from in the car on the way there, and we were just chatting shit about this bin in your car, Jordan.
Oh yeah, because I had that fucking that like bin attachment for your car.
Yeah,
that just went over like the center console.
Yeah, the small moments like that. Just like, you often forget like how much we just chat shit on the way doing stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We had so many great ideas. Like, I think the fucking midweeker was brilliant.
Yeah,
you know that we did that when we did the Sprite challenge in the midweeker. That was just so funny. Oh,
and the yogurt.
Yogurt
mayo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh man.
What's also some of the stuff we talked about, like back then as well, about all the AI stuff and all that. But it comes into fruition now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, watching your predictions come up.
Yeah. I tell you what, I do regret. You know, we did the Stock Boys.
Oh yeah.
I think it was about I think it was about a year after we did the Stock Boys. I needed a bit of cash. I think I had about 500 quid in there, so I just pulled it all out. And now I've like over the last year and a half, 2 years, I've built like quite a nice portfolio. I'm really into stocks and shit, and in my stock ISA and stuff. And obviously, Dan, you gave me some of the best advice ever in investing in the S&P
Yeah, it's done
500.
well, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's done amazingly. But I wish I had those stocks at that price like 4 years ago.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Because I think I had a load of Tesla and stuff. I've got a load of Tesla now, but it's like back then it would have been even,
Yeah. Is it Nvidia? That
Nvidia's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, the S&P 500 is solid. Another tip
Yeah.
someone told me, which I still haven't done. Need to. If you put it, if you link it through, I think it's AJ Bell, but do you Vanguard S&P 500? You also get your tax relief back on it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that you get 25% payment extra as well. Like, there's a way you do
Wow.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty cool.
yeah, so another way to get your money up. But yeah, the S&P 500's done well. I'd make Bitcoin as well. You still got your
Yeah, I've still got all my Bitcoin. I never sold.
Yeah, same. I was huddle. I always panic because I had an account, and you upgrade your phone and your authenticator fucks off basically.
Yeah.
So I couldn't log into it for ages.
Oh, God.
Basically I found the old phone and I took it to a guy and he was like, look, it's done. The battery's done, but I can take it apart, charge the battery up for you, and then you've got an hour. It will last like I can give you like a like this weird charge that you put into it, and he said you've got about an hour. So I remember sprinting from the shop to my office at the time, which was in Hitchin, to log on with this authenticator to swap it over to the new one, which I then managed to do. But yeah, I know people do it. I don't like having it on the like in your wallet.
Yeah.
I prefer having it on an exchange.
Look on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got mine. I've got mine in a cold wallet.
Have you?
Yeah.
So you got your keys and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So if I lose them, I'm fucked. But
Yeah.
equally, if something happens to the exchange, I'm
mate. I had an exchange go on me. I can't remember which one it was. But that was it's like a couple of thousand in there.
Yeah.
Pounds, which was a bit annoying. But yeah, it's nothing you can do. Literally just. But most of the ones now that are about have been around a while. So there was it was crazy, wasn't it? In like 2017.
Yeah, there was loads.
There's you didn't know. It was just hit and miss, like, and all kinds of stuff was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But it is doing incredibly at the moment, and I just don't see where the peak is, to be honest.
No, I know. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because it has for it to hit the types of numbers people are talking about, the actual market supply will be so big, but it'll be worth more than some of your top countries.
Yeah.
But that's the way it's going because because everyone knows now that like the countries just keep printing money each year.
Yeah.
Like, everyone knows that it's not even such a common thing that you just like, well, how do you combat against it? And I think people are like, well,
yeah, if you can't beat them, join them. I think is what's happening now.
Yeah. Because even stocks and shares, although when they do, even like the S&P 500, although it does well, and you look at it like 10% returns, you're still struggling to keep up with inflation. So all you're doing really is protecting the value of your money. You know, if you hold it in the bank and you get no interest or a couple of percent, you're losing 5 to 7% per year. 20 years time, that money you've got in there is worth nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's mad. It is mad.
Yeah, potential for it is insane.
Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
exciting.
So just have to wait and see. But I know we
Hold it.
mentioned Bitcoin a lot over the course of APMA. What was your guys' like favorite types of episodes that we did? I know we covered a
Covered
lot,
a lot, didn't we? Yeah.
but
I think
like,
my best one was the camping. I love that.
yeah,
And I did like the ones where we did get out and do different stuff. But
yeah,
ultimately, that the ones inside the studio as a more general consensus, it was like I like the ones where it was just random.
yeah,
Yeah.
And we just it just went like we just started talking and went off tangent a bit, and I know that's never that's not great for structure and growth and all that sort of stuff, but it's just like having a chat with your mates then, which I quite
literally. And I think that was the greatest comments that we ever received. Was we got it a few times where people were just like, "This podcast feels like being sat down the pub with my mates," and I
Yeah.
think that's from a podcast. In my opinion, from a podcast, you can't get much better than that. You know,
Yeah. I think that's
unless
what
you're watching something like for like an expert on something. If you're just looking at a podcast to enjoy,
I think that's what we ran with, though, wasn't it? After,
Yeah,
we kind of centered the base discussion on the podcast as it was, just four friends sitting at a pub, just having a
Yeah.
chat, and
Yeah.
then just went to different places, and we went out. We very much took the Top Gear challenge thing
Yeah.
for the videos where we went out to do stuff as inspiration. As inspired as we could be with the limited budget that we had, of course, but I feel like we did a good job.
We did a fucking excellent job. We really did. We made some seriously special stuff. Even the that video we did. It was like 21 questions with APMA or whatever, where we were like sat against just like a blank screen and we were answering the question. Even that looks like something off a fucking MTV or something, like or like Vice or it's we I think we really did we did do
Do you know what? It was authentic. Like the whole lot was authentic, and that is probably why it got to 11, because we were never chasing numbers or subscribers, or we didn't do anything. We just did it. We always said we want to do this. We all are putting in a Thursday, basically. We're all taking time out of we all got jobs, we'll do other stuff. So it was all from the get-go. It was always like, let's just have fun. And that's why I've got fun memories of it. And we could have been not authentic and chase numbers and tried to do stuff that was
not the topical shit.
To get numbers in and do stuff that, but it was never about that. It was just about having a laugh and having fun. So which is a double-edged sword. But again, you look back on it, we're authentic, we had fun. Like, what more can you ask for, really?
Yeah. No, absolutely right. Dan, are you able to answer this for us? So we've got a few questions in the chat.
Cool.
Also, Gaddy has asked, what's Jimmy up to? Is Jimmy all right?
Yeah, mate. Saying so Jim is running obviously Hobo Jack down at the factory. Mainly doing that. I think he's doing some other printing as well for other people, like other companies. Like printing, and like they've got obviously embroidery machines and stuff. So it with Hobo Jack, it was always obviously I do bits from home, like accounts, emails, other stuff. But it's always hard with it, because essentially it's wherever. Like when I was at the factory, and I was at the factory, and James was down south, the person in the factory doing day-to-day kind of does more of the day-to-day running. So there's a lot going on. You've got collections and different stuff. So where it transferred down there, ultimately I'm doing less up here.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it's just different to what you're used to. And you just work around that. So there's only so much you can do from afar with it.
Yeah, of course.
And as well, like when you're in the factory, you dictate, you know how busy you are, you know what can grow, what if you want to do a new collection and stuff. But, you know, if I do a new collection and give it to James, he's like, well, we're too busy to put that out or
Yeah.
something. So it's yeah, it's always been tricky. But you know, I had I ran it with James doing stuff while he was down
Mhm.
there, and now it's kind of flipped
Now
reverse.
it's flipped. Yeah.
So yeah, it's like we keep in touch and got a good dynamic. But
Good.
yeah, it's doing well. Obviously, we changed the business model up from, you know, we had that massive factory where we
Yeah.
kind of a cheaper t-shirt, so which meant we had a lot more customers. So we were churning out obviously thousands of t-shirts per day in the factory. But we changed our business model up. Still does well, just a different model.
Yeah.
Don't need as many staff and as much equipment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair enough.
But
I
yeah,
must. It was massively eye opening. You know, over the years watching you guys work and just like the ins and outs of the factory and like, you know, the size of the equipment and stuff. It
Yeah.
was and yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, that equipment was crazy. Like we have a few machines now that are like half the size. But yeah, some of that stuff, moving it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, you had a dryer that was the size, I would say the size of like most like average person's bottom ground floor of their house was the
Yeah.
size of the dryer. Like, and
Yeah.
that's no exaggeration. It was literally, it was massive.
Yeah, the Packer was the size of a third of a football pitch, like in lengthwise.
Yeah, just in one long, yeah.
Yeah, so moving that was, you know, it took three Arctics, like 3 different sections. That whole move was again, you know, it's hindsight. We moved to that factory, which obviously we've sold now.
Yeah.
You just different things materialize. We probably
Yeah, of course.
shouldn't have bought that factory. If you know, you don't know though. You don't know. You know, we
No, of
didn't know we were
course.
moving it down south. So
Yeah.
had we known that we wouldn't have. We would just rented somewhere for another year. But yeah, good experience. Like I say, it's a crazy
Yeah,
building.
absolutely.
That building. I was telling someone about it the other day. I was like, telling me about that, but I was like, yeah, it's where they built the first laser. And I was saying about how thick the concrete walls were.
Yeah.
Crazy building.
Yeah, it was.
Very,
Very strange layout, wasn't it?
Oh
But
yeah, fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and then all the fire that happened, like literally everything. Did you ever see that? Did you ever?
You showed us a picture.
Yeah. It's still getting rebuilt now. Well,
Jesus.
I mean, a lot of it's still derelict.
Madness.
But yeah, there's, you know, like as you were saying there about, you know, the move to the factory and like hindsight, blah blah blah. Like, you know, there's things I've thought about with APMA in hindsight. Like, I don't know if mate, when we started this podcast, my channel was it was during lockdown, and my channel was doing really well, and maybe in hindsight, like, because I remember the first episode, I launched the pilot on my channel, and it got like 25K, and like maybe like the first 30 or 50 we should have just dropped on my chat, you know. But obviously, who knew, you know, who knows, whatever. But
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But it was just fucking awesome, wasn't it? It really, and then that's the beauty. That's the beauty of YouTube. You know, like it's always gonna be here. It's gonna always have just a bit like a fucking family photo album. It's always gonna be here to look back on.
Mate, and that's the thing. Do you know what? Over my life, like I look back and I've done some cool stuff and all the things I've done. I'm not a regret. I don't really regret anything at all. But I wish that over the time I would have documented more.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that that's why I wanted to enjoy it as well with the podcast. I like, these Thursdays I just want to enjoy, and I'm so glad. Like now, like I say, that got all those hours of us sitting down talking, and that's there forever essentially.
Yeah.
It's weird thinking in it, long after I'm gone, there could be hundreds of years down the line, like one of your let's look at like great granddad. Like I'd love if my great granddad was somewhere.
Man.
I could go and watch like some of his stuff. I'd be all over. I've got one picture, well, a picture of a boat that he was on, and I was like, that's cool. So it's just interesting. Yeah, it
100%.
is. God knows where it goes with the way everything goes with social media and all the stuff, but it's on there. And it's like nice for my kids that it's on there. And nice to me.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like, because I think about, my dad when he was my age, right? And I've seen pictures and stuff, but I don't know, like, I'm not saying like, who you make yourself out to be on the internet is who you are. Obviously, there's a character there to a certain degree. But like I can see pictures of my dad when he was 25 to 30, but I don't know I didn't know what he was doing. I don't know who he was. Whereas my son or daughter, when they're my age, maybe wondering what dad got up to, they can watch like us camping in a thingy, they'll know. Because I don't know how much of a miserable bastard I'll become, but at least I'll know in my 20s I was quite a funny guy. Do you know what I mean? And that's so nice.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a random thought. Also, if we ever pass away, and like you get these companies that they need basically upload all that information. And
mate, we're sorted.
Yeah, they'll have a good gauge, right there, of us.
Yeah, 100%.
They'll probably, do you know what? In
hundreds of hours of us on the internet.
In 1,000 years, there'll be like APMA just reincarnated with just like us that are just virtual. And
man.
Probably be banging, making loads of money, but
going
to some none of us.
Maybe APMA is like the Van Gogh of fucking a podcast. We were just too early. And then when we're gone, they're like, my God, we had generational talent right there.
The AI just fucking smashes it. Just AI versions of us just balling out.
Yeah.
living the best life.
Yeah. Oh man, you never know. But I do, some of the stuff we did, man. Some of the conversations we had. Just the laughs, man. Just always being able to make it, just so funny. And I feel like we got. I think we had a perfect balance. I think we were funny when it was good to be funny. I think we got deep enough when it was good to be deep, and then we were serious when we needed to be serious. Because obviously we covered a lot of topics. We covered some true crime, didn't we? Which obviously you have to be respectful of, and that was really cool for me personally, because at the time, obviously, I was doing a lot of true crime content, but I was making it by myself. I was literally just researching it and then just regurgitating it, let's be honest, in front of a camera. So it was awesome to, like, be able to sit down and rather than, like, trying to get something to a 10-minute video, being able to sit down and really just, like, dissect a topic and just chat and get other people's points of view and stuff.
We found a hotel once, didn't we?
Oh yeah, the haunted hotel.
We just called up America. And, chatting on.
And then we basically, there's a massively famous haunted hotel, and we got through to the one fucking guy that doesn't believe in ghosts.
I mean, that is just so random. Fucking random. Just Thursday afternoon, we're just calling someone in America to like, it's just weird, strange.
Yeah. And we talked to some awesome people as well.
Yeah.
We didn't have many guests, but I think the guests we did have were fucking awesome. And we spoke to Becca the witch.
Yeah.
We spoke to Satanists. We spoke to a flat earther. We spoke to some fucking cool people, man.
Satanists randomly just really nice people.
Yeah,
Like,
just
so-
like we just basically want to do whatever the fuck we want to do. It's like, okay, fair enough.
All preconceptions just completely destroyed themselves.
you know,
on
okay.
that episode.
Yeah, literally.
That's good.
You're the prison guard. Do you
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, that was. I fucking love Michael, and just
That was a
his
fantastic
stories.
episode.
Yeah, his stories were great, weren't they?
It's the way he tells them as well. Great storytelling.
Yeah, definitely. What a job role that is, prison guard. Jeez.
Yeah.
Not for the faint-hearted, that one.
No, not at all.
But yeah, man.
That was one thing with guests we kind of wanted to nail down out of the box guests, or at least centered around not normal stories or regular guests that you get on a podcast.
Yeah.
Which I feel like, as you know, a little as we did nail that sort of target.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I remember the comments on that David Weiss episode, because I'd watched a lot of interviews with him before he came on. Every single one was just like, let's see if we can catch this guy out. Let's see if we can make this guy look like a dickhead. And all of the comments were like, thank you so much for just being respectful and just letting him talk. Because, in my opinion, I don't believe the earth is flat, obviously, but I don't see the fucking harm in the people that do. And so there was no need to be rude. Just have a fun conversation, have a laugh.
And also, as well, I kind of get some of their thinking, because it's like, I don't believe it's flat, obviously, but the only reason I believe it isn't is because of the other stories that I'm told that seem more. I'm not an astrophysicist, although I've got a friend who did do that, and so he tells me stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But like some of the points he was making, like, I'm not intelligent enough to dissect it. You can go away and do your research and work it out, but you're like, oh, actually, that sounds valid. 200 years ago, everyone thought it was flat. It was like, and now we get stuff now where, like, you see all the stuff about this. I can understand why people discredit stuff that we are told, because we do get told lies, like with different things. There's pictures out there. There are fake things out there, which ultimately, if you're all that way inclined to think, if you're lied to a couple of times, you think, well, it's all lies. So I can understand why people do think that.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. What a character David was. Or is. Yeah. But yeah, there was just some great episodes in the chat. If you want to let us know your favorites, I know we've had some coming through. So what we got, Halloween specials. For Sammy D, sorry. A lot of people listened from the start. Nostalgia going to hit hard here, says Joshua Downs. Ashton says, I loved the conspiracy episodes, but my favorite episodes were ones where you just talked about past experiences.
Yeah. I did like when your mate at the Christmas one, your mate it reminds like Usual Suspects, like the Kaiser Soze moment where just like at the end he's just like, Joe. Like, he sat there perfectly for like the whole thing.
Yeah, and then he's just like arsehole for a lighter, I think, or something. It was just fucking class.
Absolute legend. Like, how the fuck did he stay that still?
Just stay still for so long. Do you know what? Do you know what? This is awful. Until you said, I completely fucking forgot about that. I completely forgot that Bailey sat in the corner of the fucking room for about an hour and a half.
And as well, from memory, we didn't even do any cuts. It was literally just all the way through. He just sat solid. I didn't move. I'd be fidgeting. There's no way I could do that for even like 10 minutes.
Why the fuck? How the fuck did we even come up with that as an idea?
I don't know.
Let's have someone dressed as Santa just sit in the corner and then move at the end.
Yeah.
It was one of them. I think it was just one of those things where someone just went, "Wouldn't it be funny if this happened?" And we just went, "Yeah, that would be," and then it just happened.
Fair play, because it's obviously we're like that. Come on, you've got to sit in the corner, dress as Santa, not move for an hour and a half. I'll be like, oh, I'm not sure I want to do that.
I don't know about that.
Legend.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh dear. So we've got Auto Gaddy says love the camping special.
Yeah. So
Jack FUT Jack says we'll never forget Jimmy's church league.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Class.
yeah.
Class. Joe says fuck the pets at home manager. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Funny.
Oh dear. But yeah, man. Fucking brilliant. Don't forget your haunted doll from Russia. That was wild,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that?
It's
Are you-
literally
yours?
over here.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
let me
mate.
grab it.
Oh, yeah, keep that in your house.
Oh, mate, there's actually a funny story about it. So, hang on. So, I don't know how quite. There it is. So, this is on the windowsill in my studio, right? And this is a true story. There's a futon underneath the windowsill, right? And last Christmas, funnily enough, my mum stayed over. And she stayed in this room. Didn't tell her about the haunted doll on the windowsill. And the next morning, she said, "Fucking, I had the most visceral nightmare that there was a woman like stood at the end of the bed."
Ooh, really?
Yeah, and it's like, well, you did have this on the windowsill. She was like, "You let me sleep with now." No. Yeah, creepy.
Who sent us that? Do we ever find out?
Can't remember.
I feel like, is it Tink?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tink, I think it was Tink. Someone sent it through.
It
But
was
yeah,
in like
still got
Russian. It was in like Russian paper.
like Russian newspaper. Yeah,
Yeah, that was freaky.
yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
Thanks,
Yeah. Nicholas, no, Ashton says, don't forget Dan and Jimmy meeting Jesus in Australia. Did you meet Jesus in Australia? Oh, because you say don't forget. I have.
I'm trying to think.
You...
I
Ashton,
vaguely
can you?
remember mentioning?
Huh?
I vaguely remember Dan or Jimmy mentioning Jesus whilst they were in Australia.
I mean, we met some random people.
Oh no! Sorry. Auto Gaddy said also the candy cane lady. That was wild.
Yeah. She was mental.
Wild
Yeah.
pub fight in Australia.
Yeah, the pub fight member. Jesus.
Reese is also saying Jesus. I remember that. Sharpie says follow the fish. I'm sure we'll get some context in a minute. Nicholas, when you talked about the chicken Big Mac, that's one of the hardest I ever laughed listened to a podcast.
Oh, hey, yeah, the lad called Jesus.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I just was thinking someone with long hair.
Oh, did he stay in a hostel with you?
Yeah, it was more like I think James got on with him more.
Oh, it's Ashton saying I'm fairly certain he was the man who introduced Dan to his missus because no one knew whose friend he was.
Yeah, 100%. I remember him now. Yeah, I just forgot he's called Jesus. I'm sure that was he actually called Jesus, or was it like
Or did he look like? Oh yeah, Jesus.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, yeah, he did. That's so bad, isn't it? Yeah, he did introduce us. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man. FUT Jack, does Finland still not exist, Lozzy? Fun fact, and obviously, not that it really matters where I work. I just don't know why I just don't say it. But I actually work with a man from Finland. Fun fact.
No, you don't.
Auto Gaddy says, can't forget the Eggy Bandits.
Oh, class.
Yeah.
That's another one that Ben did an animation for the Eggy Bandits.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
quality.
And we had our segments, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like mine was like most craziest death of the week or something, or like ridiculous death
Yeah.
of
It
the
had a
week.
little tune, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, they all had their little tunes, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh man.
Jimmy had like, what was it, Off the Dome?
Yeah. So it's just like gives some like philosophical like advice off the top of his head.
Oh dear.
Was yours, Loz? Was yours fact of the week? Or was that
Yeah,
yours, Dan?
Fact of the week. That was mine.
And what was yours, Dan?
Can't remember mine.
The chat, I'm sure, will remember. What was Dan's? What was? Oh, mine was how did they die with Doody?
Yeah,
There
I
you
did.
go.
I used to love that little tune. that is the thing in it. 'Cause you had a book, but that is.
Yeah.
I think that's a little program somewhere. In fact, it is. I've watched
Yeah,
the
it is.
series of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Oh man.
I can't remember mine.
Dan's was retro things.
Retro stuff. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
it.
you'd bring it.
Oh
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah. Oh man. See what I mean? We had it, man. We had it. we were too pure for this
Too early,
world.
mate. We're too early.
Yeah. 100%.
I was going to reap the benefits.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, we had some fucking great ones. I even like that. I think it was episode 2. The how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Which, because I think we went down. Did we film like 4 episodes before we had sound cancelling foam? So those first 4 episodes are like really echoey, but they're still just great.
Yeah, they're a bit tinny, aren't they?
Yeah.
That foam, bloody expensive, man.
Yeah.
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 I've still
And
got
because
all that somewhere.
have you? Because the size of the room.
Yeah. I remember buying it off Amazon. I was like, 400 quid. 400 quid. And every time I put it up, and I was like, oh man, like this is
This is a punt.
it cost like $2,000 to just do the room.
I think you met I think we've said this a few times on the pod, but you met Loz, I think the week before for like half an hour. And then obviously we knew each other prior. But still, when we walked into that fucking studio for episode 1, we had no idea if it was going to work at all. And like, I'll forever be grateful to you and Jimmy for the financial backing you gave APMA. Like, for a punt was remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, to get that studio. It was brilliant, man. It was brilliant. And I knew within, genuinely, I'm not just saying this, I knew within like 5 minutes. I was like, this is going to be fine. This is going to be absolutely fine. And here we are, 200 episodes. I'm not being funny. Podcast. I think it's like top only 10% of podcasts get to episode 30. I'd love to know how many do 200 episodes. So I bet it's not fucking many at all.
No. And it is, it is hard with like just general life with all stuff going, because things, that's probably another reason why they don't last so long. And also as well, there was 4 of us. You got 4 different lives of people going on, navigating jobs, kids, businesses, like all different stuff.
Definitely
taking place.
Yeah, I mean, because like for me and Loz, we had to drive. I mean, Loz especially because he's 40 minutes from here. Like we had to drive about 2 hours each way.
Yeah,
but it just never, because of how fucking fun the pod was. It genuinely never felt like a chore.
Yeah,
because it was like there's gonna be a reward of just a great day.
Yeah.
No, between it.
Yeah, it was a great day. Like again, I always look forward to it because obviously I was in the factory a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like basically just get to go in a room and just chat and have some beers, or we go out and do stuff. And it was just, it was. And you know what? Like another good thing, another really good positive is, for me, I'd never been on like camera or anything. So
yeah.
I don't know if I was worried or scared about it. It's just something I'd never done. So like, I'm thankful for that.
Of course.
Because that, I think nowadays, like going forward in life, that probably something you do have to do, especially with businesses. And
because a lot of businesses, they need a social media presence now, and
Gary Vee talks about it a lot, and it's like you need, you can't, if you're doing something now, really, you kind of need to put yourself out there, because otherwise people are a bit cautious if you're kind of selling something, or saying you're this guy to do that. The people are like, well, if you've got no social media, people think, I think that's a bit strange, whether that's right or wrong. For me, it's been great having been doing all those episodes to get used to that. It's a
Yeah.
very valuable thing.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
thankful for that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, I used to wake up because, like Jordan said, I had to drive probably about half an hour extra to get to Jordan's, then on towards Hitchin, where we did the podcast in the studio. And I never woke up and thought, got to drive today. I'd always
Yeah.
be like, this day's going to be sick because it's podcast day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is a drive, man. That is a drive, like driving. That
Yeah.
is hardcore.
Yeah. And I know it without Google Maps now.
That's it.
Yeah, mate. Well, if you ever need, if there's ever a Third World War, just head straight to
Yeah, straight to
and Baldock, and then get in that bunker.
yeah, 100%.
Concrete walls.
100%, man. Scott says, I remember a convo about Owlman. Ashton says, I remember howling at Dan's deep South accent whilst talking about the swamp monster in a cryptid episode.
I, I, I thought that was a wind up. I was convinced that it was like you're tricking me to. I don't know how or why, but I was like, this is a wind up. That was another good thing. Like, although, yeah, NFTs and that all obviously Roman, it all died a death and stuff. But I enjoyed. That was just another exciting bit. It was like
The crypto creatures.
yeah, the crypto creatures, and it's
Yeah.
a shame because even that whole thing, the old wax and all that stuff. Like, I still actually believe in it. Or I still think
Yeah,
that
I've still got
I've still got all my
I've
wax.
still got my collection.
Still my collection got all my
Yeah.
wax, and like I still think, because if you strip it down, the actual structure and the all the back stuff behind it, again, like Bitcoin, it's like it's just some of them will just get traction and others fall off. But I
Yeah.
still think wax will come back. There's so many, we met quite a few people in that community.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And they're well clever. Like some of
Yeah.
those developers and what they do, like super intelligent. I mean, some of the guys we met that they've done now. Every now and then I go and look at it, but they do stuff with all of the top brands, like
Yeah.
Batman and Spider-Man and all these like top brands. So like when it does eventually come or take a shape or form of whatever it becomes, like companies will utilize that technology one way or
of
another.
course. Of course.
And then obviously they'll have all the infrastructure. God knows when that'll come, or because even we were talking about even like Bitcoin. It's obviously all in the media and people are like, yeah, it's gone up. But if you use crypto, it's shit to use Bitcoin. It's clunky. It takes ages for a transaction. Like, they're not making any more of it. It's not a very. It is gold, but if you ever try to transfer a couple of grand in Bitcoin, it's horrible. It's a horrible experience because it just disappears and it just sits on the blockchain, and then while it works its way, it has to connect.
It has to be and be bought or whatever by someone
Yeah,
else.
and it has to just go for its thing. And like, it's not like a bank transaction where you're like, oh,
No.
cool, yeah, I can ring the bank. Like, you've got no one to call, and if you've got a digit wrong, obviously you can copy and paste, but like, it's still scary. It's a lot better to send with other coins that have got more supply, like Litecoin or even more supply. I haven't sent any crypto for ages. I don't even know it all works now, but I remember back in the day, like, I did not like using Bitcoin, and it's probably worse now. Where, but yeah, I get it. It's the branding in it. It's the gold. It's the branding. It's like there's 21 million supply,
and they've got the market share.
Yeah, they got the market share. But yeah,
they're much more like fun. If you want transaction speed, there's much better cryptos for it, like Solana and that, like seconds now. So yeah, but it's very much like digital gold. So it's just think of it as digital gold, Bitcoin.
Yeah,
there was something awesome that came out of the Crypto Creatures experience. So obviously we had my friend Matty, my school friend from like first school, middle school, high school. Matty did the art, amazing artist. He was working for like a company when I convinced him to quit that job and give this venture a punt with us, which obviously didn't work out. But he made a livable wage doing it with us, it basically TLDR. I turned 30 this year. I had a 30th birthday party, and Matty came, and I didn't know this, but Matty spoke to my mum, and said that he is so grateful to myself and to you guys for giving him the courage to take that leap, because now I'm incredibly happy to say Matty has gone on to have so much success, it's unreal. There is a YouTube animator called Meat Canyon. I think he's the biggest animator on YouTube. He's out in America, gets millions of views. His animations are absolutely amazing. And through going full time, through really pushing his socials hard and doing work through social media, which started with Crypto Creatures.
Oh wow!
He is now head of background art out in America for Meat Canyon. And that wouldn't have happened had we not got him into Crypto Creatures. So we gave him the push, to take the gamble to go full time with his art, and now he's living the dream in America. And as a childhood friend of mine, that's just like that. I'm so happy for him. And knowing Matty like I do, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy as well. He's just a lovely dude. So yeah, that's something absolutely epic that came out of APMA as well.
Yeah,
we literally changed Matty's life, but his own admission, not mine.
Mate, that's amazing.
But so that's fucking sick. But the artwork, man, the artwork on that stuff was just so good. Yeah. And one of the things I was gutted about, like when the project had to come to an end with the Crypto Creatures stuff, is we were literally writing a digital comic book.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good.
I know
it was gonna be so cool.
And it's a shame because now, like, that world, again, not really to do with like works or anything, but it was just the forefront runners of all the NFT world. People lost so much money on, like, what's the monkey ones?
Oh, the apes, yeah.
The apes, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, which actually didn't hold any value. I mean, they might have for networking and stuff, maybe, and different things they did, but a lot of the stuff, there was so many rug pulls and different people trying to do stuff that it kind of the whole lot came down, didn't it, in a wanna. But that happens in the, like, anything new come in. It happened. I remember 2017 with all the ICOs, like all the as all the cryptocurrencies coming through. That I bought so many random like ICOs that were like the next best thing. And now, loads of them just got rug pulled. Yeah.
But unfortunately, maybe one day I might collaborate with Matty and get the Wrath of Owlman finished in a comic book. But the Wrath of Owlman issue 1. I got the front cover made for all you guys, didn't you? Mine's in my room.
Yeah, I've got mine.
I love that work. But yeah, so fucking cool. Not to change direction too much because it's still within APMA, but Auto Gaddy says, remember when Doody told Dan he likes cold custard? There you go. It's quality what people's fond memories are.
It is funny.
Yeah.
It is funny.
We've got Big P. Shout out Big P.
Oh,
over in Broome. Lozzy falling asleep while watching David Attenborough documentary, and Dan licking his teeth through the Halloween mask. Too funny every time I watch it. It's so cool, man.
Big P, legend. I'm going to go out to Broome one day and meet up with Big P. That is definitely.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
Do it. This is a really fond memory of mine that I was going to bring up in a minute. Joe Morehouse. Remember when Dan bought Team Rocket Pokemon cards? Because that, for me, that is categorically my favorite set of Pokemon cards. And so thank you, Dan, for giving me the opportunity to have that experience again, because that was fucking awesome. That was those Team Rocket Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I did love, like I say, I love nostalgia. I've still got all my Pokemon in my loft.
They were great episodes when we used to do the nostalgia episodes and just go for all like, oh man, they were fucking awesome episodes. They were. And I think it was the first one we did that you capped off with the fucking Team Rocket Pokemon cards. That was absolutely epic.
Yeah, they were cool. Like, I've got all them somewhere.
Yeah,
Somewhere up in my
So
life
cool.
safe.
yeah, nice. So
Hopefully.
cool, man. So cool.
I just had a random memory popped into my head. Was it Jimmy or was it Dan who showed us the 2-spoon tea bag method?
Oh, that's Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, that's fucking. I mean, I never get that. But he loves it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he loves the teaspoon.
yeah.
Trying to think how he does it. So I've clocked him a few times doing. I'm like, what? I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. It's good.
In my
For a strainer, it's good.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought he got the spoons like basically opposite sides and squeezed the bag. I don't know if that's right or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if you put some like spoon in, so you get the compression of the spoon. Well, I'll have to ask him.
Yeah. Oh
funny.
man. Ashton Mitchell says, I think the top moment for me was when you were talking about spin the bottle as kids and Lozzy out of nowhere just went, I was discovered by my uncle. Caught me off guard and I laughed for ages.
I literally don't even remember saying that. So, but it sounds like something I'd say off the cuff.
It's amazing that obviously because we're going through now and I'm like thinking back of things and you would say something and it'll register something and something I'm like, I've totally forgot. And it's amazing that other people
mate,
they're watching, they're like, oh, remember this, and it's correct. Like that's so good. Like that's
it is. Yeah, it absolutely
the fact
is.
that like most of the things actually that have been brought up are just like funny,
Little off the hand, off the cuff sort. Yeah,
like, I'm thankful for that because like there's a lot. You watch podcasts and different things, and you get a lot of value from them, but there aren't that many I watch that I'm like, oh, that's quite. There's not many I watch that just make me laugh.
Yeah,
you usually watch it to learn something, don't you? Podcast generally.
Yeah.
No one would have learned anything watching us.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. No, and I'm absolutely fine with that.
We did do one though, didn't we? We did do one which was like an inspirational one.
Oh yeah, the motivation episode.
We did one of those.
Yeah. To be fair, one of my friends, Carl, he said he watched that episode, and he doesn't do it anymore. So obviously the motivation didn't last very long. But he did start a YouTube channel. He did, and he started. He did all right. Maybe he needs to just watch that episode again, just to reignite.
I was hoping for another story and then he went to
and then he went, and now he's massive in America.
Now he's the second in charge for Elon Musk, and he's multi-millionaire. But
oh
man,
man,
I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
that.
definitely. But no, we had some really good times. Really good times. There was also a comment earlier that I missed. It said, "Shout out to Lozzy's crisp packet sleeping bag."
Yeah.
I just love that challenge. £100 challenge. Survived the night. You didn't bring any food, but you brought cutlery.
Yeah.
Just...
And the only food that I did actually buy, but didn't
like
bring,
Pringles or something.
Pringles that didn't need cutlery. So
wasting the budget.
No,
I thought,
no.
I was bold. I thought I didn't need it.
Oh man.
That was funny. I'm surprised. We're lucky Liz is still with us.
Yeah.
It was so cold.
It was close.
It was so cold. I mean, I had like ski trousers on.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Weren't they like 2 sizes too big or something?
Everything. I had my
shoes
from
charity shops.
Yeah, my shoes were like size 11. But they were like £3. But I was cold, and I just kept thinking, like,
if I'm cold.
Like, how's Lozzy alive? You must have been, because it was freezing.
Mate, I had a jacket. I had my sweater underneath with a t-shirt underneath that, and on top of that, my jacket, my green jacket, and I was literally shivering all night. I think the only thing that kept me going was the small ration of ginger biscuits you were giving me.
Yeah, but you didn't even have a mattress, did you? You were on the floor.
Yeah, I was on the floor.
Jordan had a double air mattress.
Yeah, that was too big for my tent, so it was like pushing up the sides. Oh dear. Oh,
floor.
Hang on a minute. Auto Gaddy. I don't know if it's because of the motivational podcast, but I'm going to read it as if it is. Oh, no, I'm just going to read it as it is, but this is what I'm saying. Motivational podcast was good. I, instead of trying to find a job after uni, was motivated to start my own facilities management business with my dad. Luckily, doing fairly well. If that's because of the podcast, because to be fair, that motivational podcast, I know you. I'm pretty sure you and Jimmy went quite deep into like founding Hobo Jack and stuff, founding a business and stuff. So
Yeah,
makes sense. Hey, we helped to found a facilities management business that's still going today, which is awesome.
That's the key part, because if they'd have said at the end, we're liquidated now.
Yeah. Oh dear. Bob Bobby says all the podcasts have been brilliant. I can't choose a single one as the best or my favourite. But he says Dan sleeping in the hammock with the haunted object in the tree. I think you might. That was Bailey in an investigation. He's got mixed up, but hey, it's a crossover waiting to happen.
I was like that
Hammock.
Yeah, I was like hammock. Yeah, don't remember that. Although my memory, mate, as I'm getting older, my memory is like definitely things that are just slipping away.
I feel you, mate. I feel you. Oh man, not APMA related, but Nicholas has said up the APMA. Anybody watching the darts?
I'm not currently. I never really got into watching darts.
No,
never been a darts watcher.
Nah, I like playing it, but
yeah,
watching it. I mean, I don't want to annoy any darts fans, but like.
Go on. Tell them it's not a sport. Tell them.
No, not that. I mean, yeah, it's not. But I mean,
we're joking.
Throwing little bits of metal at a board. Like,
Jesus.
No.
Oh
dear.
I don't want to annoy any darts people. Like fair play.
No.
But aren't they all that good now that they just hit like one? They always hit like. Pretty much like 180s. It's a bit like snooker. Like I get it, yeah, but they're usually just that good that not much goes wrong. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I've never got into darts. I can watch like I don't know if there's like a clip, but even then, if there's like a clip of a 9 dart, you kind of know what they're gonna hit because it's a 9 dart.
I wouldn't mind watching
it. 9 darter is.
Yeah, 3 180s, whatever it is. I don't know. But I wouldn't mind watching it because, like, I like the fact that you can go to like a pub. Essentially, it's a piss up in it. You get in and watch it, have some beers, so that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Not my thing, but fair play if you like it.
That's it. Ashton has said what I was going to say to you, Dan, in a bit anyway. He said, we need Dan on a drip episode or an investigation. Dan, if you ever want to come on the drip pod or come on an investigation, just ask. You're more than welcome.
Oh, sick.
100%.
That's cool. Yeah, I was thinking that, I don't know how you lads feel, but maybe once a year, just have or I don't know if you want to leave it or whatever, but we could have a little reunion. You know, like always felt like only.
I would love that.
Where once a year we just we do like a little special and we just have a catch up each year. I think that'd be quite nice.
That would be cool.
I'll try and get Jimmy as well on the next one.
That'd be
great.
He's been busy down in the factory this year, but I didn't even. To be fair, I've been busy myself with like stuff as well, and I haven't even told him it's coming to an end. I think I'll see him over Christmas. I'm not sure, but yeah, I haven't spoke to him that much really. We used to speak at least once a week, but I know he's been busy. He's got stuff going on at his house and all that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, I think the yearly one would be cool. Yeah,
that would be sick.
And I'd love to come on one of your investigations. That'd be cool. I think I'm going to do So
He's going to become a demonologist.
yeah,
That's it.
I'm
See-
gonna. I think I'm gonna document my journey. Doing the. So I want to do a refurbishment in Wales, a BRR. So I'm gonna. I've got my little YouTube channel, Dan Mountain. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put it on there. So because I want to try and build a property portfolio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is my aim. I see lots of people do it. So like I've got a strategy down
Mhm.
that I want to use. I've already got some turnkey ones, two turnkey like buy to lets, but I want to use a strategy to buy somewhere, refurbish it, refinance, and then repeat. And I'm just going to document it and see whether I can, it's that easy. It's obviously not that easy because you have to do a ton of work and it's risky and all the other stuff. But that is my plan. Just document it. And yeah,
Nice.
just put it on YouTube. And
Yeah.
more for
that's
myself,
sick.
a bit like this journey. It's like
Yeah, like documenting a project.
yeah, documented project. Lots of people like watching that sort of stuff. But I've been looking for them. So it's
Yeah.
nice to see it. And again, like not in a. I just want to be authentic with it. Just show the pros and the cons. I think there's lots of stuff out there that isn't necessarily authentic. So yeah, that just put it on there. And again, look back. It's one of the things that if I do document it, I'll inevitably make mistakes along the way, so I can look back and go, oh, I won't do that again, or maybe people can learn from it and go, yeah, like I get value and I watch stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, don't do that. Watch out for that.
Yeah.
Watch out for Japanese knotweed or a structural issue or different things that you can learn by watching stuff online.
Yeah. Amber's had a
Nice,
great
man.
idea. Get a haunted house, refurb it, and then join forces.
There you go.
Yeah.
The ultimate collaboration.
Yeah. I could buy one and say, come down,
Yeah.
do the check it all out, and then I'll do the refurb after.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll sell it as a tourist attraction.
Yeah, that's the way, mate. Auto Gaddy said, if you ever need facilities management, hit me up, Dan, if it's in the south.
And it's safe. Oh, mate. Yeah, it'd be a long time before I can buy, refurbish, refinance in the safe.
Yourself,
It's
yeah.
crazy, isn't it? The ice prices are just mental.
Yeah, it is nuts.
Yeah, Wales will be the starting point for me.
Nice.
Just the mortgages are just numbers don't stack up in the safe at the moment for that. You have to get
It's
a
not
real...
like the average mortgage payment in London is like almost 1,300 quid a month.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it probably I'd say even more. So you get central London, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Even around the outskirts now, it's creeping up.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's mad. My patrons know this. Basically I was looking to buy a haunted property that came on the market in Colchester. Established is called the Cage. It's from the 1500s, which means it's grade 2 listed. It was the last. It used to be a jail. It was the last known. Sorry, it imprisoned the last ever witch that was hanged to death. And loads of people have been there, and then someone else bought it in 2019 and closed it off to people. So it was like one of them ones where you look at the comments on all the big YouTubers and it's like, please come back here, and they couldn't, and it was a pretty fair price, and I was like, oh my god, I want my own like haunted property / paranormal what do you call it, business.
Okay, yeah.
Tours, paranormal tours company. Yeah. It's sort of like a dream of mine, and something that I intend to do. And so it seemed perfect. And to cut a long story short, so me and Mara, we were like, look, we had a mortgage advisor. We went down and viewed it, everything, and we were like, fuck. We've got the deposit. We're like, shit, we can do this.
Yeah.
And then what it boiled down to. So this property we're in right now, we rent. We're not actually on the housing ladder yet, in all honesty. I know this might be a bit of a fool's errand, but we're trying to wait out these shit inflation rates or whatever, the high interest rates, sorry, and mortgage rates, yeah. And we spoke to a very honest and useful mortgage advisor who basically said, look, as first time buyers, you have, you get some bonuses of like, no stamp duty and things like that.
Yeah.
And so this property was £250,000.
Okay.
Me and Maya, it's pretty fair. Me and Maya are thinking when we do eventually move into a property, we would like to be more in the 350 kind of area.
Yeah.
And so basically the TLDR, the mortgage advisor was like, right, if you do this, you will be stupid because you'll be wasting your free stamp duty on a lesser property that you have no guarantees as a business would work. Also, so basically it would have cost us stamp duties, etc. Like we would have lost out on potentially like 40 grand because of what we would say versus what we're paying on the second property, which would be our home. And he also said, like, also, if you get your house first as a second time buyer, you can get a buy to let mortgage, just interest only. So you will have fuck all mortgage, because if it's just there to rent out to investigators to come or whatever, having an interest only mortgage means that your overheads will be lower, blah, blah, blah. So he just basically said, financially, you could potentially fuck yourselves if you do it this way around. So unfortunately, it didn't materialize. Had we have had our own home, it would have been different. But yeah, like I was so excited for it. It was called The Cage. It had the history. I documented, speaking about documenting, I documented the whole process up until it fell apart. So I documented us driving down there, going round there. We had like recordings of like the calls and shit. Because what I envisioned was this journey where the video is just like, we're investigating the cage. And then we rock up to the door, and then I turn around and go, actually, I own this building. And then boom, and it goes 6 months earlier. And then it just shows the whole process. In my head, I was like, this is the fucking coolest thing I'm ever going to do. It didn't materialize. But
someone else bought it. Or...
Someone has bought it now. Yeah, someone has bought it. So it wasn't to be. But yeah, it was a cool idea, though.
Are they would you plan to rent it out on like a nightly basis to people who,
I mean, because I look at things like 30 East Drive, right? 30 East Drive, very famous haunted location, booked up for the next 2.5 years, every single day.
That I'm watching a lot of stuff on. It's called SA, service accommodation, and it's not a strategy. I'll probably go down because I just want to focus on one for now. But I've watched countless stories of people who have, just been creative with a property they brought and rent it out on a nightly basis, got a cleaner in, and gone from making say £2,000 a month as a buy to let to like now £8,000 a month service accommodation. Getting those high night. Obviously, there are more outgoings that you have to, clean all that sort of stuff, but the numbers still stack up. Or renting out to contractors near a big building site somewhere. People being creative and earning money that way. So there's lots of ways to earn money.
Sure.
That I think that for that price, 250, like you said,
that was ridiculous.
Even if you got it, a few, you had it at sort of 50% occupancy, it's still the number still would have stacked because the mortgage would have been cheap. Especially the shame, really, because buy to let mortgage would have been dirt cheap on it.
Yeah, the only thing, one of the big things that worried me was that it was a grade 2 listed building. So it's like,
So I mean,
some of the interior, mate, was fucking gorgeous, like just all original, like the tile floor and stuff was, the brickwork was just, something else. But it was like, by the way, these like single fucking glazed windows, you cannot touch. And just shit. It's just like fuck. It's like
with your strategy, that would have worked.
Oh, it would have absolutely. I mean, mate, we rented out the Ancient Ram Inn, and it was like -2, and we nearly died of hypothermia. But we still paid the fucking £350 fee to be there, and then created a video out of it, and and gave them free marketing. So
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
it's,
So you would,
it's
I
just the
mean,
game.
you could have marketed. You'd have been doing your videos, loads of your videos on that place, getting loads of
Absolutely.
views. So you
Absolutely.
essentially almost free marketing. You've already got
Yeah.
a massive channel that.
Literally, I feel like everything was in place. The audience, because I was thinking like, we can do audience nights. We can invite the audience. Give free giveaways. Do an evening with the drip team investigating. Blah, blah, and yeah, but this could potentially proper fuck over getting on the housing ladder.
Yeah, and also as well the lenders. Because you're not living in it. I know you would say that you would be living in it.
This is it, yeah.
It would have been hard to completely make it as a full business.
Yeah.
Because they would know that you're not living in it, so potentially that could have caused problems.
Yeah,
and
it was too risky.
You can get blacklisted for that as well.
Yeah,
which
I would have had to have given up my job, which wouldn't have. I'm sure it would have been. Well, hopefully, it would have succeeded. Also, it's about 2.5 hours down the road. So although it felt close, like seeing, oh my god, it's only in Colchester. When we actually drove it to go see it, it was like fucking hell. This is pretty gnarly. To if we could, if one of us has got to maybe like do this to drop off keys or something, or like do. Because you have different like plans. Like some haunted places, it's like you can just rent the place out, or for an extra like £100, you can have a tour guide. But and inevitably that would probably be me doing that or something like that. So yeah, I don't know, but it just didn't. It just just didn't work. Yeah, absolutely. It would have been. It would have been really cool.
They're going to prop up, aren't they? I'll keep an eye out, mate. On my.
Yeah, please do. Let me know.
See what's going on down in South Wales. A niche market going. Has anyone got any haunted properties?
If it needs any electric work doing,
that's it.
There you go.
That's it. But yeah, Chez's Matt says Dan's yearly reunion idea is class. I completely agree. I think it'd be pretty cool, like if we like just rented a little space or something, and just like met up in person.
That would be cool.
Just for the one,
the one-off,
yeah. No, that'd be sick.
South Wales, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
I plan to have a few spots down there.
Nice, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's got to come to an end at some point, hasn't it? I'm sure we can talk all night.
It's like you hang up. No, you hang up.
Isn't it? But it has. I'm glad that we're gonna do a yearly reunion thing. That's really nice. I'm absolutely game for that. But to put a cap on, the weekly episodes, guys, this has been an absolute pleasure of a lifetime. Obviously, Lozzy, I've known you a long time. Dan, I've known you 5 years now. But for our relationship to grow has been an absolute pleasure. Jimmy's one of the funniest fuckers I've ever met in my life. And it's just, it was amazing to work with Ben as well, and just to see what an absolute editing beast he was. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, this has been fucking epic, and if I could do it all again, I absolutely would, because
100%.
Those days were fucking something I'll always look back on. And to everyone watching, either live or when you see this in a bit, thank you all for tuning in, for listening, and enjoying what we have provided for you. So from me, thank you, and I'm out. I'll now leave the floor to you guys.
Dan, if you want to say any special thanks.
Yeah, I just want to replicate what Jordan says, really. Like, what a journey. Become really close friends with you guys. And yeah, it's been amazing. I'm so glad that we've done all this, and I've got it all to look back on. Just fond memories. I've got 4 or 5 years of fun, and that's all I ever wanted of all this. So yeah, I'm just it's sad, all good things come to an end.
That's it.
But
Exactly.
I've got to think that's no regrets. That's my little tattoo
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the tie. So yeah, no, I love it. And touching on like Jim and Ben, it's like when we do have, next December, I think try and do a reunion and get a spot somewhere,
Yeah.
like for like a meal or a beer or something.
Yeah,
Try and
definitely.
get us all down there. I think that'd be really,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be
really
quality.
Yeah, absolutely.
if you want to follow our property journey next year,
Yes.
so it's
Yes.
my YouTube is Dan Mountain.
There you go.
How do you spell the surname? Because it is a bit of it's like a bit of a different spell.
MOUGHTIN, Dan Mountain.
Nice.
Yeah, just have a little log on to that. There'll be nothing on there till probably like January, February till I actually go down and get somewhere. But yeah, anyone interested in that, go and have a little look.
Keep an eye out. I want to just say pretty much what you guys both have. Thank you to anyone who's watched, shared, listened, recommended it to anyone, liked, commented, wherever it may be. Thank you for joining us throughout the years. Special thanks also for the VIP members that have been. Some of you have been. I mean, Dan, I don't know if you know, but you've been a member for 46 months. But,
Yeah. That's,
but yeah, thank you to Charlie Stanton, Big P, up the broom. We've got a legend status, I feel, is in place there for the story behind Broom. But yeah, it'll be great to go and see him one day.
oh, that's happening, man.
Yeah.
Tom Worthington, Kelly Hawley, Lewis Langley, Mid South Drone Photography, who I did see quite a few times in the chat over the lives we've done. Sarah Hardy, Asian Caucasian, Archie Murdoch, Brannon Harrison, Maxter, Cheeky 471, Matthew Hughes 97, Duncan Jack 878, Dan, Scott Evans, and Bob Head. You've all been members. Quite a few of them have been members for over 2 years, which is insane. So thank you for all your support, extra support there. But yeah, it's been a journey.
Yep.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
200 episodes. And,
that's amazing.
Possibly for the last time. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.
Up the APMA. Thank you.
Up the APMA.